Ons begin en dan gaan ek in my beste Engels oorslaan, want ek wil graag iemand aan julle voorstel. Maar eers gou dit. Die Genealogiese Instituut van Suid-Afrika het 'n paar jaar gelede toegemaak, maar hulle het met 'n baie kosbare versameling gesit en die versameling moes 'n heenkome gekry het. Die GISA-versameling is vandag by die nou moet ek gou maak. The Cape Town University of Technology in Wellington. And I want to introduce you to the librarian there, who will be the face when you go there and you want to get some information kind of on genealogy that is contained within that specific collection. Amohelang Boyce has a baccalaureate degree in library and information science from the University of Cape Town. She wrote here, after graduation, I worked for the University of the Western Cape in the library there for 7 years. Thereafter, I worked at the Stellenbosch University Library for 5 years. And currently, I work for the Cape Peninsula University of Technology Libraries at the Wellington campus. I asked her just now what made her decide to study to be a librarian and library and information science, and she said she liked the idea of working in a place where there's a collection of knowledge. She views a library as a place where knowledge is kept. And then with regards to her passion, she told me, my passion is to improve preservation of historical materials, make the invisible to be visible through digitization. Amohelang Boyce, thanks for being here. We look forward to listening to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here. My talk today will be about the genealogy collection that is housed at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology Library in Wellington. The collection that is housed there, it was donated to the university by GISA in 2018 when they closed down the doors. And then I can assure you that the collection is well looked after in our library, and it was integrated to our special collection as part of our special collection. The collection that we in-house there, the genealogical collection, we're not in-housing it for profit. We're in-housing it to help the researchers and the community to trace their ancestors. So it is accessible free of charge. What is available in this collection? It is historical books. If I can make an example of those books, like about slaves, books about South African towns and townships, the history of the towns and townships. It also includes books about missionaries. The collection also includes books about family history. Mostly of this collection about family history is books that are written by family members about their history. In this collection, we also have family photos. These family photos, our main dream is to digitize the collection. And then the priority was to digitize the family photos. The reason being that the challenge is not as much as digitizing the books. As we all know that The challenge when one wants to digitize the books is copyright clearance. We also have in this collection church records from the Dutch Reformed Church and other churches in South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, and other Saterdag countries. Apart from the collection that we receive from GISA, they also donated to us the equipment so that we can be able to, our clients, which is the community and researchers, can be able to read, for example, some of the the church records are in microfilms. So they also donated the equipment for us to be able to read the equipment. I'm going to talk about the collection that we have managed to digitize so far. From our family photo collection of about 3,400 family photos, we have managed to digitize about 90% of them, and they will soon be available digitally on our CPUT repositories, which will be published soon. And also, we are also engaged with the project of scanning our newspaper clippings, because valuable information can be recovered from these newspaper clippings, which were collected over the years from our local and national newspapers. That's the next project that we will do after the photo collections. Where do I get the information? As I said previously, the collection is held at the CPUT library in Wellington campus. The working hours that I have indicated there is the working hours where special collections staff is on duty. However, after duty also, there are staff members who are working night shifts and weekends. They can also help. But then the advantage of visiting during these hours is because you'll get full attention from us. We will help you to get the information that you're looking for from our collection. Visiting CPUT libraries. All visitors are welcome. But what we always advise is please help us to plan for your visit by making prior appointment. That helps us to find the collection, prepare it, and put it aside for our researchers even before they arrive at our library. That's the main purpose of making the appointment. Who can I contact to make an appointment? You contact me, Amohelang Boyce. There's my email address. And my colleague, Portia Road, she also works in the special collection. You are more than welcome to drop us an email or phone us, arrange with us, so that we can be of assistance to you. Because we value this collection, because we see it as a collection that will help our researchers to find their history and trace their ancestors. The first thing that we did, which was the biggest project that we have, is to put the collection on our library system so that people can be able to search it from our library system. This is our website. You just search by your surname, title if you have a title, and then you will be able to see if we do have books about your family or not. So it is searchable on our library catalog. Another thing that we did to further make our collection visible is to create a library guide. And then on this library guide, one can see from her, wherever she is, this library guide is available online. Everyone can view it. It helps a lot with our researchers in our days. Because even before they come and visit our library, they will go to our library guide, view our church record indexes to see exactly if I'm searching someone from Cape Town, from this specific period, they can view from our indexes even before they visit and see if the information is available there for them. I don't have really much to say. Another thing that I can mention is most of the people that visit our library to view the church records is the people who cannot find the records on Family Search. Some of the records that cannot be found on Family Search, people are able to find them in our collection. I will allow more time for questions so that when I leave here, everyone is clear on everything that we provide at CPUT libraries. If I can allow time for questions, please.
Can I just? I see. Not so much about the church records itself, but you can just fill me in, please. Do you have any material on the former colleges, the Wellington and the Paul colleges, in your collections somewhere in the library or whatever?
We do have Wellington history collection in our library. Yes, I can say
The
we
Wellington
do.
College.
The Wellington
But
College,
the Paul
yes.
College, nothing.
The PAL College, I'll have to investigate for you, but I'm sure about Wellington
I
College,
will contact
yes.
you, and the reason why I'm asking it is that those two colleges were actually, what's the word? No, merged in 1999. The two colleges were merged, and the Paul stuff were transferred there too. But I've heard that there was a fire in the Goodnow Hall, and something was destroyed. But I will contact you about that later on.
Yes, please contact me, and also Petro would like to elaborate on that question.
What I can say is that the Goodnow Hall is going to be opening soon, okay? Nothing of the records that were in the Goodnow Hall, those collections that you are talking about, that's photos, certificates, different types of awards and so on, were destroyed, okay? The library will ask to digitize some of those records before it goes back into the collection, because they're setting it up as a museum, okay, where the community can become more involved, because so many people in South Africa has been, it's not just those two colleges, I think there was a third one as well, that merged at some point with, Athlone not merged with Mowbray, Heward College. So they're trying to preserve the college histories within that building. So the records that you might be searching for were kept in boxes. So immediately when the fire that happened were in the hall area, on the stage, and yeah, because the whole area were like a concave. Dit was so uitbousel. Deur die venster, toe brand die verhoog. But the collection, die uitstalling was op op 'n ander gedeelte en dit kon dadelik verwyder word. So,
asking is, I've got a
yes.
great big
Project.
volume contribute
Okay.
to that is already
Yes.
ready
For the museum.
yeah.
Fantasties. Amo?
But I will contact
Yeah. I think Yanga is the person involved with that from our library. There's
Yes.
a specific person, if you can talk about Yanga.
So yes, as soon as I get your email, and then I'll CC Yanga to make sure that he also gets the information. Another thing that I would like to highlight is about the family photos. This collection is very interesting because from this collection, you will find notable individuals from the families. You will find photos about family homes. You'll find about weddings and anniversary. You'll find about funerals and tombs. It's a very, very, very rich and important collection.
Thank you. So that photo collection you spoke about, is that a cross-cultural collection, or is it a cultural specific one?
Yes, Petra will take that question for me. Thanks, Petra.
Ek kan Afrikaans ook praat as julle wil hê ek moet Afrikaans praat. I said to, but Amo can follow my Afrikaans. Die fotoversameling projek is my en Amo se baba, groot baba. En ek is die persoon wat elkeen van daardie foto's finaal moet lewendig maak en al daai data deursit. So ons kyk nou na daai 3500 foto's. Hulle is ingescan in Wellington. So het met 'n groot span van 40 personeel gewerk om hulle in 'n database in te laai. En dan gaan hulle deur 'n catalogers wat hulle al die metadata, elke persoon wat op 'n foto verskyn, 'n trefwoord te maak. Ek kyk dan na die genealogie, vir al die kommas en die punte in die neus en ek sit al daai ekstra data by oor wat anders op die foto is. As dit nou 'n trekos is of 'n boere, miskien maar daar's 'n pot wat kook. Sulke tipe van dinge kom ook daarbey. Interkultureel, jy sal op jou rug val. Daarso is foto's van sendingstasies. Okay, mense wat by sendingstasies gewerk het, mense wat betrokke was by die eerste vertalings van Bybels in van ons Afrika tale, ons Suid-Afrikaanse Afrika tale. So belangrik is dit. So dit word uitgelig uit die foto uit om te sê dit sien jy nou hier, hierdie persone was betrokke daar. Dis goed wat jy nêrens anders te gaan kry nie. So 'n groot gedeelte van dit en dit is wat dit kosbaar maak. Waar dit op 'n stadium net in 'n leer was en hy sê net maar gesê dit's van 'n Merwe. Maar daar's ander mense ook op daai foto, meer as net die van 'n Merwe, maar die van 'n Merwe was dalk die persoon wat dit geskenk het en dit was die hoofbron en dit was nou geval onder sy van 'n Merwe. Nou hoe val jy nou een foto op 10 verskillende plekke as daar 10 verskillende mense is? Maar ons maak daai dis al klaar in 'n stelsel. Dis klaar ingescan. Ek het gesê voor die einde van die jaar sal ons 1400 foto's lewendig hê vir mense om te soek. Hierdie is open source wêreldwyd. Die bronne die platforms wat ons gebruik is beskikbaar oral oor. So as jy nie net in ons katalogus gaan intik nie, maar as jy oral gaan intik foto's van of sendelinge, daar's baie Lutheran, jy sal weet,
Lutheran.
ja. Maar dit is Engels ook baie keer beskryf, is Lutherans.
Can you please ask us in English?
Okay, the missionary photos, is it Lutherans?
Yes,
I think most of it is Lutherans.
Yes.
Ons het nie op die NG Kerk se sending, ek neem aan dit sal seker by Andrew wees, maar dit snaaks dat daar 'n focus, there's a focus on a specific church group that you would normally not find in photos as a record. I don't know how they got into GISA's collection. I don't know if it was via the HSRC. We don't know. But at this stage, it's the original photo, and we see it as CPUT have the original, so we can do with it as we please. Okay, and they're very old, so they're more than 100 years old, so we can do with it what we like. Okay, and you can build the histories around them when you can get your hands on them. Okay, and you can use them wherever you want. You just need to say it comes from CPUT. Okay, so there's no even embargo. You will see the original photo as if it's good. Nee man, jy kan maar rustig aangaan en lekker gebruik. open access. That means you use it. Okay.
I just want to ask, it's very interesting, this thing about digitizing photos. So I just want to understand, I missed the beginning, maybe it was covered already in your talk, but is the purpose of digitizing your photos for permanency's sake? Because I guess the original photos can degrade, né? And get lost and things like that. After you've digitized it, what do you actually do with the original photos? I guess you keep them, why not? I guess that's the one question. The other question is, when you now digitize them, if I make the assumption correct that it's for purposes of permanency going forward, and you can put it on the cloud or wherever as backups or whatever, then it's very practical then, in that format. But then is there a standard? What level of resolution do you use to scan that photo to give it that permanency and most authenticity value, you know, in terms of capturing as much of information that's contained in the original, in that digital version? If you know what I'm trying to ask. No?
Yes. If I can attend first the one that's saying we digitizing, yes, for permanency, yes, you are right. So that if anything happens, we don't want to lose them. Things like fire or anything, that's right. Another reason for digitizing is because it's not just a photo. There is a description on the photo that can help people who are doing genealogy research. We have realized that the information that is given on that photo can also help a researcher with specific information, for example. That's the reason number 2 why we are digitizing them. And then about the resolution, all our material that we digitize and put on our institutional repository, we digitize them and save them as is either JPEG or PDF. We're using those two formats.
Yeah, but given those formats, yeah, what is the digitization?
It's very low resolution. You'll see in all photos that. Okay. Die foto's wat meeste universiteite oor wêreldwyd inscan of enige ander image wat hulle inscan, scan hulle op low resolution in. Julle sal sien Pretoria maak selfs so 'n draaf of hulle maak so 'n merk oor die foto. So baie biblioteke begin daai merk oor die foto maak want hulle wil hê jy moet vra vir die oorspronklike. So hierdie foto's is ingescan in 'n tyd toe ons personeel by die huis gewerk het, met scanners, A3 scanners wat op daardie stadium die beste was. So dit is nou 2020, 2021. Ons het 'n groot scanner gekoop verlede jaar wat foto's kan doen en ook boeke kan doen sonder jy hom hulle op te chop. So wat as jy die boek net so op sy kant sit en hy kan scan tot 3 mm van die kant af. Hy is 45.000 en hy moet nog steeds opgelig word en gescan. So dit is high resolution. So as jy graag iets wil hê wat jy sien, wat ons vir julle moet inscan, wat jy in 'n publikasie wil gebruik, in 'n artikel, in 'n boek, ons kan dit met groot liefde vir julle doen. Maar at this stage, you'll see low resolution. En dit is regtig net om die spasie op die servers te spaar. Okay? Maar ons gee glad nie om spesiale moeite vir julle te doen, of vir enige iemand spesiale moeite te doen, om iets in 'n beter formaat te kry nie. Maak dit sin? Okay, goed.
Hello. Firstly, I want to thank you guys because there's this old saying that always comes to mind for me because I'm a bibliophile of note. And they always say it's the dumb are those who collect information and hoard it for themselves. It's the wise who collect information to share it with the future. So well done on your mission there. I think you guys are achieving that quite well with what you're doing. On the topic now of the resolution and the scanning, could you guys maybe elaborate a little bit more on the actual capturing process? Because especially as we've now heard going through a lot of with handwriting and stuff like that, it gets quite tricky. So how do you go about with that? And then also, as you mentioned now, a lot of the photos was more focused around this family, and now you found other historical relevance in the pictures. How did you go about collating that kind of information?
So what we do, we've got a template. First of all, we sit down and read the information that can be found there. Now we've got a template. And then our template includes a field called description. The description will give you all the information that is that was written on that photo. For example, if you scan a photo, maybe you might miss the information that is behind it. So on our description field, we make sure that we capture everything. We capture the photographer, we capture the date it was taken, like everything. That is, we make sure that no information is missing. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
That makes sense, but I'm also asking, is it that sometimes even on the back they didn't mention something in the photo that you guys noticed, or people that you might have been able, through looking at one picture, you see, oh, but wait, this person is in 3 other families' pictures, and then you kind of think, okay, but because it's there, now we know this person is this person, so then you mark them in that photo, or is there a process like that involved as well?
Yes, another thing that we do to link the photos, for example, if we've, there's a project, another project that we're doing with our cataloging department. What we do is, as we putting the books on the system, what we do is, as we cataloging all our books on the system, we make sure that because they are the experts on the field, they check for us if the book that we cataloging is it a rare book, so that we can have all the list of the rare books, so that our next project is to digitize the rare books. So every time we try the best that we can to link the books and the photos. For example, if I have worked with this book and I see a connection, at least to have a field that links the two together. I'm not sure if I'm making
That's perfect. Thank you. It's amazing. Thanks.
Ek is 'n kultuurhistorikus. Okay, so ek is nie 'n bibliotekaris nie. So jy kyk met 'n ander oog na wat jy doen. En in die tyd wat ons nou deur die fotos begin werk, het ons gesien van die fotograwe. Nou gaan doen jy navorsing oor die fotograwe. Jy lees boeke op oor die fotograwe. Jy laai af oor die fotograwe en jy sien, wow. En dit is nou eintlik regtig wat jy nou sê, draai hom om, kyk hom om. So the staff were now, they are more observing about what they are doing and what they are touching. En daar's baie keer op die kant van die foto, en dan is dit dalk, dan is daar 'n beskrywing dat dit 'n baie raar foto is, want daar's net 'n paar foto's deur hierdie fotograaf geneem in 'n spesifieke tydperk. So jy weet waar sy winkel is, en jy sit die details van sy winkel daarin, jy sê wat sy fokusareas was. Dit is biblioteekwerk. Dit is nie 'n tipe van navorsing en goed wat jy kry wat ander, maar hulle digitaliseer, hulle woep, sit hom op. So ons interpreteer. Maar ons interpreteer van my kant af en van Amo wat 'n specialist. She's a specialist in special collections. So she might say, okay, I don't understand, please advise. Okay, or I see something is now repeating, or this person, it's over a period of time, you see a photo of, specifiek met die sendingsstasies. Sien jy 'n persoon, daar's foto's geneem 10 jaar later, en jy sê, joh, maar die persoon lyk 'n bietjie dieselfde. Some person commented that we need to look at facial recognition software into our programs to see, ja, so there's lots that we can work with. Maar belangrik is om die interpretasie te doen, meer vir jou te gee, en seker te maak dat daar nie inligting verlore gaan nie. En ons worstel met die gedagte, a cataloger is a cataloger, librarian is a librarian, but you sometimes need a specialist to just do a little bit more. So at least we have that in myself and with Amo, and believe me, we cross-question each other quite a bit, and so we learn. Okay, maar ons leer ook van julle deur hierdie tipe van praatjies by te woon. Okay,
goed, nog iemand? Hierso.
Hi, I missed the first part, and Petro, I mailed you in 2021 and 2023, and you said I should speak to Amo. I've connected with the church AXA, United Congregational Church of Southern Africa, or the independent church around about 1900s. And because of their church structure, each church is independent, and so they don't have a central archive of the documents and things. but because of the history, because I'm researching the Busters and their trekking, and a lot of them joined the independent church in the Anglo-Boer War because they didn't like Schroeder and what he was doing. So that's about 1901. You see, before that they're baptizing in the Neder, and then after that. So I've been trying to get because the head of their church was living in Kuilsriver where I live. He resigned this year. To get them to scan, because of the land claims in Northern Cape, the people are going left, right, and center to try to get the evidence. And those, so that time I thought of Family Search, but I also didn't know what is Family Search doing. Like I don't want somebody to take advantage of a church. I'm not saying that they would, but I don't know the situation between Family Search and, like I know the Dutch Reformed have already everything in place. So this is out of their abundance that they could say, okay, Family Search you can. But I didn't know what to recommend. But would I, or how could I, perhaps see what I can do to get that documents to be digitized by you guys?
I will tell you we've got 100 years of work. We even considering paying companies to start scanning in material for us because of the quantities that we are working with, and it's mostly these collections, the quantities that you see and the collections that is not being accessed and that you don't know of, comes from the HSRC. Okay, and they've been in boxes, they've been not used, when GISA focused op die Suid-Afrikaanse geslagregister, om dit uit te kry en die bewaring van ons publikasies. So het 'n groot versameling gehad van publikasies, maar die rou data, die rou stof wat die HSRC versamel het om iets mee te doen, daai goede is by ons. So ons werk met dit. So ons vat nie ander organisasies se goed nou aan op hierdie stadium nie, want anders gaan ons die fokus van waar ons is bietjie vertroebel. En ons gaan nooit daarby uitkom nie en jy gaan frustreer weer. As jy wil met die Family Search mense gesels, dan kan ons vir jou link na hulle toe gee. Hulle beweeg baie vinnig. Daar's net wetgewings in Suid-Afrika in argiewe en records management wat die ooreenkomste wat jy gaan hê met mense buite Suid-Afrika, is nou 'n bietjie meer beperkend oor data wat verskillende landsgrense oorskry en wat se regte jy het as jy goed laat digitaliseer deur hulle self. Argiewe, groot argiewe word redelik beskerm. NG Kerk Argief het baie jare al onderhandelings met hulle, maar as gevolg van wetgewings wat verander het, kan dit 'n impak hê op jou onderhandelinge met 'n maatskappy soos dit. Daar is Sabinet wat ook kyk na kultuurversamelings, maar hulle verwag altyd dat mense betaal. So ons het die familie laat doen. Hier sit ons GGSA mense. Hierdie week het hulle gesê, hulle het dit gedoen. Dus sê ek, maar GGSA het 85.000 betaal om die familias van 1964 tot, ek dink het was 2001, te laat indekseer. Ons moes dit nog steeds verskaf in PDF formaat. So kan jy sien, so as jy praat van iemand wat dit, so dit is die gelde tipe van wat jy praat, van iemand wat jou goed access. En Andrew, ek weet nie of hy nou hier is, ek weet nie hoeveel geld die kerkargief moes betaal vir die kerkbode se inscan nie, want hulle het 'n inscan projek gehad en 'n indekseer projek, wat min of meer is waar jy is. So as daar geld beskikbaar is, sal Sabinet jou help. Dit is 'n organisasie in Suid-Afrika, ook vir kultuurbelang, en jy kan besluit of jy dit wil oop hê of toe hê, maar die indeksering is fantasties. Topklas, Afrikaans, Engels en wat se ander taal jy ook al wil hê. Okay, so baie Suid-Afrikaans gefokus as Family Search. Okay, ek hoop dit help so 'n bietjie, maar dis die tipe van ervaring wat ons kan deel met julle.
For the genealogy collection, yes.
For example, publication that's not there yet, or a box of cuttings that's not there yet.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Goed, is dit dan die laaste vraag gewees?
Amo, I want to say thank you to you for your presentation. It's clear to me that what you guys are doing is extremely hard work in digitizing, but it's important work and valuable work. Thank you so much for being involved with that.
Thank you. Thanks.
Reg, dan ons laaste spreker, ons gaan net opstel, dis Dr. Gustav Heinrich en hy gaan praat oor die heerlijke groot bewaarplek, Kaapse Argief en Rekorddiens, waarna hy nou aan die hoof staan. Hy gaan dan met ons inligting daaroor deel. My collega sien ek is nou by die deur uit, ek weet nie of sy hom gaan roep het nie, maar hy moet dan gou nog opstel. As daar van julle is wat dalk gou 'n draai wil gaan loop, bene rek, dan begin ons nou weer met die laaste lesing.
Thank you.